Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly video review for Game of Thrones. This one's for Season 3, Episode 7, which was called The Bear and the Maiden Fair. Alright, so another really solid week's episode for Game of Thrones, I felt. I missed my review for last week, The Climb, Season 3, Episode 6, just because of moving and everything. All my subscribers know about that, of course, so wasn't able to get that done. Not going to go back and review it because there aren't really that many people. I mean, there are a good number of people, a good number of subscribers, a few thousand subscribers that like to watch my reviews of Game of Thrones, but there aren't so many that I'll go back and do it because I missed it. I'll basically just say that I felt last week's episode was a really good episode overall. I enjoyed it. I liked the climb, everything with that, the CG and everything looked really nice, really good. Really exciting with John getting stuck on the wall like that, hanging down with Ygritte. So just a really fun episode, lots of good things to enjoy and fun things about the climb. So that's all I'll really say about that one. Felt like that was a really solid episode too, and this week's was no different. Did enjoy it quite a bit as well. Lots of stuff happening, lots of different, it's kind of splintered off even more and more as the seasons have gone on with Game of Thrones. At the beginning, we always had multiple storylines going on at once, but this season especially, I feel like there's so many different little, storylines happening at the same time. You've got Aria, you've got Joffrey, you've got Tywin, you've got Robb Stark, you've got John with Ygritte now, you've got Bronn, and you've got, Daenerys, and there's just so many. Sandra even has her own little, storyline. Then Theon, keep going. There's just so many different things happening at the same time. Jaime, of course, with this episode, what's happening with him. Just so many different little storylines going on at once that it's like, wow. Also, this year's episodes are an additional 10 minutes, so you really get each episode's like that full, solid hour, no commercials included, so really, really heavy, packed episodes with lots of different things happening at once. So it's pretty hard for me to do a review of them and not either miss things, or if I go through every single thing in detail, the review will end up being 30 minutes long. So at this point, I don't know if I have the energy to do 30 or 40-minute reviews for it, so I'll try to just go over some highlights and things that I did like quite a bit about each episode. This one, of course, will contain spoilers, as all my reviews do. And probably my favorite parts of this episode would have to be the whole Jaime, Breanne storyline, starting to see that come to a close with their struggle and their hardship coming to an end. Really enjoyed that. Liked the scene at the end with the bear. Thought the bear did look really cool. CG was done well. It looked realistic. It didn't look fake or anything like that. The CG's been on point in Game of Thrones all the way through, I think. The environments, obviously, are beautiful. Look really well done. Even the wall with the CG kind of added in there still looks really nice. The dragons, Daenerys' dragons in this episode too, we can see that they're starting to grow even more, and you can see all three of them together there. So that was fun too. And the CG just overall has been really good. So nice to finally see Jaime and Breanne sort of break free and start to get close to the end of their hardship, so to speak, of being, and Jaime being incarcerated and slightly tortured. Tortured with the hand and everything. And Breanne, of course, being assigned this task of doing this and actually carrying it through for some freaking reason. So, everything with that's been good. Really enjoy that. Like to see them finally get away in this episode. And Lord Bolton looking out for himself, as he knows probably the end for Robb is fairly close. So going after there, we're going to Robb, heading towards Walder Frey. We find out that Talisa is pregnant, which was pretty interesting development. Of course, she's a character just for the TV series for Robb, and I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Looks good in this episode. Can't go wrong. So that's good. Nothing much more to say about Robb's part. That's really all we got to see, was just that quick little few minutes of him with her. Kind of felt like filler a little bit, just kind of her talking about Atlantis and her mom and all that. A little bit, sort of. John Snow and Ygritte now south of the wall. I would think so, where they're at now. So enjoyed everything with that. Enjoyed John with his little arguments with that other guy who's jealous, the warg or whatever it is, the ego guy. So that was pretty cool too. Let's see. Sansa's still a big whiner as usual, which was fun to see. Kind of funny how she's like asking Marjorie if her mom taught her these things. I thought that was pretty funny because it's like, oh, nice. Then we get to see a Tyrion scene with Bran, not Bran, Bronn. Sorry. Tyrion's awesome as always. Always love to see Tyrion. Pretty funny when he has to tell Shay that he's got to do his duty. He's going to have to marry Sansa, and she's just freaking out. She's always so bitchy and finicky anyway that she just flips out. So those scenes are pretty funny. I like all the scenes between her and him, and the banter back and forth and everything was fun there. One of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene in the entire episode, Tywin visiting Joffrey, King Joffrey. A lot of little subtleties in this scene and everything as he walks up, doesn't kneel. And it's kind of funny how he's being respectful, but at the same time, he's kind of letting Joffrey know that even though, without saying it, even though he's king, Tywin's still the most powerful dude there is, and you almost get the sense that Joffrey is scared of him, even still, if he's king or whatever, I just really enjoyed it a lot. I liked how he's asking about these small council meetings and how he moved the location. And then Tywin says, we can arrange to have you carried. That was pretty funny. So I like Tywin as a bad guy. Well, I don't know if I call him a bad guy. I don't know he's insensitive. That's for sure. He's an insensitive bastard. I guess you could say he's a bad guy. I enjoy him as a character, though. Charles Dance obviously does an amazing job with him and is always good. Nice to see Joffrey actually kind of get a taste of his own medicine, so to speak, kind of like just, not always being the one to be telling everybody what to do and everything. So a little worried about Daenerys, so that's fun too. And so we'll go on from there into Daenerys. So with the Yunkai, pretty fun scenes. I liked it. I like her take on things because she's like your atypical, I guess you could call her a good guy, wants to free the slaves and all that, save the whales and all those things with their dragons. Can't go wrong with that, so hopefully we'll see some really nice battles with that coming up again. More dragon action, can't go wrong with dragon fire, so that was fun, and liked all those scenes with her. Let's see, what else we got? Melisandre and Gendry. Well, that was, again, just like what I would consider like a splinter scene of her just basically telling him that he's King Rob's bastard, and he had no idea that he was. So, I mean, I guess that was okay, but I guess good if you're a fan of Gendry, and I'm kind of a fan of Gendry. I think you feel for him at this point. Then we get into Aria, who's running away from the Brotherhood Without Banners, and runs into the Hound, of all people. Let's see. So then we had Jaime and Theon. Oh man, Theon. Oh Jesus, this was episode 7. 7 episodes. Well, I guess you could consider it 8. 8 episodes he's been tortured now. I just wish they get over with. I mean, they keep coming to it every so often, and it's cringeworthy. I mean, yeah, he did some really bad things, but he is getting tortured too. Oh man, that was one of the worst. That's some of the worst torture I've ever seen in this episode. He sicks the whores on him, and then, oh, Jesus. It was cringeworthy. Honestly, cringeworthy. I couldn't even really watch it. That's how bad it was. At least I felt. And when I say bad, I just mean so dark. I mean, we kind of, I feel like as a viewer, we wanted Theon to get it at the end of last season, of course. We wanted him to pay for it. But I feel like this is overboard. Like, he's paid for it a long time ago. And if he's just got to die, just kill him off, let him die. This torture thing. Oh, it's brutal. It's hard to watch even, I would say. Very hard to watch. Let's see. So, yeah, then we finish off with Jaime and pretty much the bear. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm going to give the episode an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great episode. Enjoyed it very much. Really like the scenes with Tywin and Jaime. Be nice to see them finally be reunited again. Even though I didn't like the Lannisters at first, I hated them all, except for, well, of course, everybody loves Tyrion. but all the rest of them, I'm starting to kind of warm up to a portion of them. I feel like, Jaime in this, he mentions how he saved 500,000 people from the Mad King, which, I mean, is kind of, I guess it's kind of true. Because if that would have gone through, then, and he wouldn't have done that, then maybe the Mad King would have burned everybody down, possible if nobody defied him. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of changes the way you look at Jaime as a character, doesn't it? I mean, obviously nobody's all bad or all good one way or another. But at the beginning of the series, obviously, with the way he acts towards Ned and the way we follow Ned, it kind of feels like he is your atypical bad guy, pushing Bran out the window and everything like that. It kind of does. So it's nice to see, you're kind of starting to feel for him in a different way, where it's kind of like, yeah, he's not perfect, but he has done a lot of good too. He's not completely evil. So anyway, enjoyed the episode. Definitely enjoying waiting to see, how the rest of the season plays out. 3 more episodes left, 8, 9, and 10. And at 60 minutes each, lots of things can happen in that amount of time frame. So really excited to see what they do with the rest of the season and how much they finish up and where they're going to continue on next season. So definitely probably going to be some exciting episodes to come. Hopefully we'll get to see some more battles and some more war, because obviously you guys know I love that stuff. Can't go wrong with that. And I do enjoy it. I do love Game of Thrones. I enjoy it very much. I don't consider myself to be an expert on the level of Game of Thrones as I am with The Walking Dead, because I'm limited by time, and of course I love it very much, but at the same time there's other stuff going on, other things. So I don't take as much time in terms of doing the reviews and things like that. With Game of Thrones, I just more watch it, enjoy it, and put my reviews out there. There may be little mistakes because there's so many characters and so many different names and things like that. But, I mean, I didn't do it last week, and there was a lot of people asking for it. So I hope you guys enjoy the Game of Thrones reviews. If you do, I've been debating, should I stop, should I keep going? I guess I'll keep going for at least the rest of this season. Whether or not I do it next season, season 4, I haven't decided yet. We'll see how the rest of the season turns out. I probably will, but definitely for the time being, I'll keep going with the Game of Thrones reviews. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.